If you seem to be a man repellent, I'm here to solve your problem. I used to be like that too. After a wonderful night of you know what, I get ghosted and I really like wonder what is it? What is the problem? Today I'm gonna tell you possible reasons why you get ghosted after you meet a guy and there seem to be a vibe, and also why you just can't keep a man even after like a week or a month of dating. They just leave. So the first thing is your hygiene. I'm telling you, men are not going to tell you this because they are scared of hurting your feelings, and these days everybody's just so defensive. Nobody wants to listen to things that can make them better or like legit serious blunt advice. So I'm a girl, I can tell you sometimes it's your hygiene. Are you a person that after a whole day of stress, running about, sweating all over your body, you come back home and you don't even shower? That is going to be a complete turn off, especially if the guy is expecting some action, after the day, like in the night, or even if not, like just for your own hygiene. Isn't it nice to like have a shower? I'm telling you, some people don't bathe, they don't use perfume. I know I used to be like that. I just haven't really been a perfume type of person. So that could be a reason why men run away from you, and they don't want to tell you this because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they'll just slowly start disappearing out of the picture, and before you know it, they are gone. I remember that one time I met with one of my exes and something happened and I just couldn't go back home that night, so I decided to sleep at his place, and that was like years ago. And I just pulled up my things and I was about to sleep. So he was like, "Are you not gonna shower?" So I was like, "Nope, I've already showered once," and they said not to shower twice. I don't know how true that is, dermatologically speaking, but I said that and he was like, "That's one thing I never liked about you." And I was like, whoa, that's something that you didn't like about me and I never knew that. So yeah, your hygiene is something that can keep or repel a man. I don't know, nobody likes a dirty person. Your underwear should be clean, your bra should be clean. That black bra that you've been wearing for the longest, you have to throw it away. Buy new underwears, just wear something clean. You just have to invest in some decent underwear, and they don't really go for that much these days. You just have to be intentional about how you look underneath your main garments and how you smell, and always take a shower. Like, there's no point in looking dirty. Like, no, it's a no. Don't do that. Girls don't like dirty guys either. Like, if you're a man and you're watching this, you have to keep yourself clean. And some guys expect you to go like really down on them and then they're not clean. That's not gonna happen. And these things I'm saying are not just for a guy to keep a man or to keep a woman. No, it's for yourself. It's for your own hygiene. You have to brush your teeth. Like, why are you not brushing your teeth in the morning? Why are you not brushing your teeth before going to bed? Like, it's the best thing you can do for yourself is take your hygiene very, very seriously. Men are not going to tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. A man may run away from you or ghost you if you're too desperate. Nobody wants a desperate person. Desperation repels. If you desperately want a job, if you desperately want a man, you desperately want a woman, you desperately want this, like, desperation just repels. It's just like, don't you know your worth? If someone is too desperate about me, I'm thinking, I just even become suspicious. Like, why are you so desperate about me? Like, why do you think without me you can't breathe? The perfect person for a man or a perfect person for a woman, the perfect partner is someone who is happy, content. The person is full within themselves. They don't need anybody. They just want you in their lives to share what they already have going on, to share the happiness that they already have going on. So if you're a woman and you're desperate for a man, you call him morning, noon, at night. And trust me, I've been in these shoes before. It's the worst place to be in. It just takes the most courage and the most work mentally on yourself to get yourself out of that desperation. So sometimes you call him and he doesn't call back and you're like, oh, maybe he didn't see it. He saw it. He definitely saw it. He just didn't want to call you back because he doesn't want to talk to you. Relax, calm down. He's not the last guy out there. There are billions of men on this planet, and a lot of them are going to be compatible with you, and they're going to love you and treasure you. You don't need to be desperate. Like, desperation repels. You don't even know how men do not like this. Women don't like it either. You just see that a guy that is really asking her out and being desperate, calling her all the time, she doesn't pay attention to him. She's instead trying to get the attention of someone that doesn't really give her that much. It's not desperate about her. You know, so men are like that as well. Don't be desperate about a man. Don't be desperate about anybody. Relax. If you call and he sees your call, if he wants to call back, fine. If he doesn't want to call back, fine. Like, fill up your schedule with things that make you happy. Fill up your schedule with things that grow you. Fill up your schedule with activities. Go out with your girls. Invest your time in your work. Invest your time in your business. Read a book. You know, do things that empower you as a person. Don't be pining after somebody. It repels. So a man can ghost you if you're too desperate. If he notices that you're desperate, just even if he liked you in the first place, it's like, girl, relax, like, calm down. Men do not like desperation at all. Nobody likes desperation. Bosses at work don't like desperation. If you're desperate for a job, you're going to end up being used, underpaid. You're going to end up depressed and sad because you didn't have the patience to know your self-worth and to bargain for the price that you're worth. You just went for whatever was available because you're desperate. Desperation blinds you to even see the qualities that you may not want in this person. Because you're desperate, you don't pay attention to see whether you even like them or not. Maybe they're not even your type. If you're the type of person that argues a lot, I'm begging you in the name of God, stop it. When you're having a conversation with someone, listen to what they have to say. Your point of view is not the only point of view in the world, and you don't have to yell to be heard. Relax, calm down, speak gently, speak calmly. Gather your thoughts together, listen to what the other person has to say, and sometimes you may have to agree to disagree. Men do not like a girl that argues too much. Women too, we do not like a guy that argues too much. I know how many guys I've avoided and broken up with because they talk too much and they argue a lot. Arguing isn't a conversation. Argument is forcing your point on another person and just blocking any access for you to even listen to what they're saying. So if you're a person that argues a lot, like someone says this and you don't even want to like research or know what they said or understand their point of view, you just want to argue a lot and you argue about every little thing. You want to fight about every little thing. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? Relax. Just calm down and have a conversation with someone, and sometimes put yourself in the other person's shoe. You don't have to argue about everything. Nobody is perfect. If someone mistakenly left the door open or mistakenly didn't maybe bring their shoe in or mistakenly did something, you don't have to nag about everything. A woman that nags, a woman that argues too much is a repellent. And that's not to say that if you have points to make, you're not going to make your point forward. If you are with a man that is of a high class and of a high value as well, he knows when you're trying to have a conversation, and you too as well, you know when you're trying to have a conversation or when you're just being petty. Stop arguing too much, especially in the early part of the relationship when you guys are just getting to know each other. You know, that's a very sensitive part of the relationship because people may have had experiences and they don't want to fall into the same situation they found themselves. So when they just see a little bit of signs of you doing something that they did not like, even if that was just an off day for you, it may completely turn them off because they are still traumatized by their previous situation. So you just have to tread carefully, calm down, relax. You don't have to argue about everything. You're not always right. That's just the truth about life. You are not always right. So listen to the other person's point, make your own point, and be calm about it. Have sense. My people will say have sense, you know. So be intellectual about it. Like, argue like an academic. You know, argue like an academic. You know how scientists argue? Everyone brings their proof. They don't fight. They don't yell at each other. They argue intellectually. So if you have a point to make it calmly. You shall be heard. Don't be a person that nags a lot or argues too much. You're going to repel the man, or you're going to repel him. One thing men also don't like is when you disrespect them. You see, men are just, they love respect, you know. Our generation says that, you know, men and women are equal. We're all equal as human beings, but even biologically, we have differences. You can't put a man and a woman in a boxing match. He's going to beat her. It's biology. Nature has set the rules that way. One of the rules that nature has set with men is they love respect. Women, we don't care about respect that much. We don't even think about it. Like, it's not a thing we think about, but men, they love respect. I know this is the year 2024, right? But the human brain is still in the jungles of Africa trying to figure it out. So we men, we still have that thing. Women still have that thing where they want to be led. Like, we want a man that takes charge. We find it sexy when a man takes charge. And that's why sometimes we fall into the hands of narcissists, because they mimic confidence, they mimic leadership, and that's what women want. Likewise, men want respect. So if you're disrespectful, a man would not want to be with you. If you say something and you yell, you're always rejecting his suggestions, or always rejecting his suggestions disrespectfully, a man would run away from you. Men want respect, just like any other human being, but their own is a bit more, because we women, we don't even think about it. I don't think about being respected. Like, it just doesn't occur to me. I know I'm respected, but if you're disrespecting me, I would know, but I don't really care about it that much. But men care about it a whole lot, and it's in their nature. It's just how we evolved as human beings. So if you're disrespectful, he's gonna run away from you. Another thing is, men don't like women that act like men. You're always wanting to like put up a fight. Maybe someone steps on you, and then you just want to fight them physically. That's a very manly thing to do. So I'm telling you these things. Society may tell you different, but I'm just telling you the reality of what's happening on the streets, in homes, in houses, in relationships. So if you want to keep a man, you better calm down, be feminine. Men love women that are feminine. Dress feminine. Even if you're a tomboy, there's a way you can feminize your tomboyness by maybe your earrings, your hair, your jewelry, your shoes that you wear. But just, men love femininity. Generally speaking, I'm not speaking of Tom in New Orleans, or I'm not speaking of some guy in wherever. I'm talking about generally, men love feminine women. So if you're being too masculine, or being too aggressive, all the things that are associated with being a man, he's not gonna want to stick around, because he wants you to be the woman. Like, be feminine. Women are soft, we're gentle, we're more we have more flow, and who says there's no strength in that? I think there's the most strength in that, because you get what you want, but in the easiest way possible. So men love respect, and they don't want women that act like men. Some men don't even want you to pay when you go on a date, because they feel like, I'm the man, and that this will vary from society to society, depending on the general norm there. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Another thing that makes men run away from women is women that don't have direction in life. So you don't have a plan, you don't have a job, you don't have a strategy, you're not building anything, you're just like feeding off of a guy. I know some men don't mind it when you're just like a housewife, but if you're gonna be a housewife, you have to be developing yourself in one way or the other. Develop your mind, even if you're not making any money, develop your mind. But sometimes women, you just don't have any direction. You're just all about the next party, the next party, the next party. Nobody's gonna take you seriously. And for guys as well, like, if you're a guy that is just all about partying, you don't have a plan, your friends are making money and you're joining them to spend their money, but you're not making any of your own, you're not making any moves of your own, you're not gonna get any serious girl, I'm telling you. And if she does, she's gonna regret it. She's gonna be wasting her time. So if you want to keep a man, you better take your life seriously. A woman of value always attracts a man of value. I don't care what the statistics say out there about men as scum, men are this or that. There are men of value, and they're gonna come for you if you are a woman of value too. If you know your worth, you've invested in yourself, in your dreams, you've invested in your mindset, you've invested in your nice wardrobe, you are very clean, hygienic woman, you smell nice, there's just something magnetic about that, and you're going to be like irresistible to the right people, and the wrong people are even going to be very scared to come close to you. I know we're in a time and space when it seems like women always want money, and you may be one of them as well. There's no problem with wanting money, but if you're a person that demands too much, like you just met someone and you're asking them for $500, $1,000, $2,000, like, if you're being too demanding, it's repellent, especially to a man that works for his money. Now, I'm not talking about billionaires or multi-millionaires. You don't even have to ask them, they're gonna spend on you. I'm talking about regular men that maybe not be billionaires or millionaires. So if you're a woman that is too demanding, you're going to repel the man, because it just gives off a vibe that you're just there for the money. Even millionaires and billionaires that know their money is one thing that attracts tons of women to them, they just don't want you to be on their nose like that, like be too demanding like that. It's just too obvious, and it's just going to put them off, because everyone else that comes to their lives is there because of their money, and they want to delude themselves to feel like you are just there for the love. So if you're there for the love, don't be demanding, don't be too demanding. You're always asking for this, always asking for that, you know. That is too much. It's going to repel anybody. Imagine you just met a guy and he's asking you every day for one thing or the other, always asking you for favors. You're going to get tired in no time. So these are the things that can repel a guy. But the most important one that I would say is your character and hygiene. Hygiene is one thing that is very big because men don't talk about it directly to the women. They just tell their friends and their female friends, like myself. I have tons of guy friends. So they're not going to tell you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And, you know, you can start tagging them all kinds of names because generation we live in. So they're not going to tell you, but it's out there, ladies. Like, if you know you're not a clean type, if you know you have panties that are torn, they see it. They're not going to say anything, but they see it. If you know you don't shower regularly, you know you don't like use perfume, or you don't smell nice, you always smell sweaty, stop it. You are repelling men. I'm telling you, you are. And even the man you're keeping now, you can make your relationship better by just being more hygienic. Yes, by just being more hygienic and just like taking time to clean up yourself, it's going to make your relationship way better. My name is Rich Kiana. That is my alter ego. My real name is my real name, but my name is Rich Kiana, and I'll see you again in the next one. Let me know what you think about these things, but they are true. I'm telling you, run with it and let me know how it goes. Bye.